All right, I'm only dropping this video because once again, well, for a week and a day, the market has been in, I don't want to say turmoil, but it's been very different. We've had huge down moves, 100-point down moves, and 100-point up moves, and a lot of stocks have got decimated. So normally, in normal market conditions, there's just no need to post a video, but things are happening. So I just felt it's important to maybe newer traders could learn from, unfortunately, older traders about what they're seeing and what they're interpreting. So let's just jump straight into it. All right, so it's Sunday, the 9th March 2025, and with first place I'm looking is the VIX. So the VIX, if you are newer, it's a volatility index. Normally, when the VIX goes up, the markets go down. So it's like a fear gauge. High VIX, a lot of fear, people sell. So we're out here on this right-hand side, and you can see generally where we are now. It's on as the spikes go. You get all these spikes. Here's COVID, and then last August we had a spike, and it's not unusual. And right now we're on this spike, so it's not unusual. I don't want to say good news, but the good news is that as history goes, this is as it's had its chance to rip a lot higher, and it's chosen not to. So see how these previous spikes, they rip and rip higher in quick succession. It's had its chance, and if I was a betting man, which I am, I'd say we're kind of topping out because it hasn't ripped higher. It had a chance on Thursday and Friday to rip higher, and it didn't. So, and always look at the VIX. Like if you're wondering what's happening, look at the VIX. When we're above 20, I'd say there's still significant chance of a down move, of further down move. Once you get beneath 20, I think you can breathe a bit of sigh of relief, and then just watch that VIX. It's really crucial. So if we jump over to the S&P, most important index there is, I did just draw on these two boxes. For me, this top box is now overhead supply. We've under that kind of 590 mark, I feel is where now. So in my mind, people that bought anywhere from November onwards are now underwater. And humans can't resist, once they're underwater, scratching the trade. That's why I say overhead supply. Because once people get back to square, they'll go, whew, that was close, and they'll close the trade. So there is a chance, unless there's a serious change in the market, like Trump does something, that I would see us, we'll come into it, people will take their profit, they'll come out flat, and we'll probably bang our heads on this for a bit as those traders clear their positions. Now, beneath, I see people down here who see value in this block here, in this second block. I see people think, well, it's good value down here. I'm going to buy some stuff because they're sat on cash on the sidelines, more money coming in, their IRAs, their Roth IRAs, just global money just flowing in. And they'll see value when we get down in this box. So I'd be a keen buyer down here. Where we are right now, Friday suggests whatever that level was, 66, the people were happy right then and there to buy some stuff. And we closed fairly nicely. It's quite a big jump. And if you were short, let's say you just had short futures, are you now thinking, I don't know, if you shorted it somewhere in this block, you're thinking, oh, maybe I'm done here. Maybe I'm done. You'll probably have picked out a few levels, probably, definitely that gap closing you would have done. And then, I don't know, maybe down here somewhere, yeah, this previous low, it's obvious you wouldn't be able to resist closing down there somewhere. And if you miss these two tops, that kind of purple level, maybe you'd now be bailing. So likelihood is, can I even say that? In a Trump term, especially these first like 100 days. He does just like it's just one news after another. Literally, you can't keep up with the news, like of the Trump news. So it's just volatile, I think, and because it's volatile, it causes uncertainty, and uncertainty means it's going to bang up, bang down, bang up again, bang down, and you know if things started deteriorating, Trump's the kind of guy that will just do something. So I can just, again, if I was a betting man, which I am, I think we're just going to be seeing volatility bouncing around. So have your strategy ready that makes the most of that volatility. Right, let's look at the cues. This one, again, I've drawn these boxes on just to try and get a feel for where buyers might be sat and sellers might be sat. And again, I think there's this overhead supply. Anyone that got long these stocks and all the cues, they're just looking to get out break even, and I think they'll be taking their trade. People that shorted here, I think we got I think buyers were definitely willing to step in, or shorts were willing to cover. Just remember, it's not just people buying, it's shorts covering that also causes these types of reactions where it goes, yep, I'll just take my money right there, I'm buying back my short, or I'm now buying this market. So again, I think it's the same thing as the S&Ps. We're going to see chop. It's the Trump 100-day mix, you know. He is willing to just give it all a whack around. Right, key stocks to look at. And let's start with Tesla. So if you tighten this up, if we go back historically, I mean, we have gone nowhere. We had a previous high in 22 that isn't too dissimilar to the high we've seen now. So that's a lot of years of going nowhere. And it's kind of about right, because, I mean, Tesla ain't all that. They ain't making chips. Optimus, no news. The car's fine, but car companies don't make money, or they make a little bit of money. So, but the interesting thing is, and a real mistake that newbies made, was on Inauguration Day, right here, you buy the rumor, you sell the fact. And the fact was, Elon is in the Trump's pocket, and the stock sold off. It was absolute picture perfect, buy the rumor, sell the news. And I heard a lot of people almost calamity. If Trump gets in, I'm buying Tesla stock. Yeah, well done you, because you've got hammered to the tune of, let's just call it 45%. Yeah, you're almost halved. So, you know, you got to learn early on those things. You buy the rumor, you sell the fact. Anyway, so yeah, Tesla down here, I don't know. It's a really messy historical chart. And there's a lot of shorts in the market on Tesla, apparently. You know, Bill Gates loves to short Tesla, even though he's trying to kill the world. Sorry, I shouldn't say that about Bill. Who knows what he wants? Normally he just wants a loudspeaker, doesn't he? Put me on camera, please. I'm Bill Gates. Right, anyway, and that's a gap fill down here. So, yeah, I mean, it's had a really good shellacking. Right, let's look at another one. Nvidia, the biggest stock to pay attention to. Now, for me, this thing's been done for a while. If I was going to draw one of my boxes, you know, it's so messy. Can you get a decent kind of supply box? Not really. Don't really want to make a mess. It's just, you got a 150 high, you're at 110 now. That's kind of its range. Will it stop here? I mean, it's so massively valued. It's not a long trade for me. Apple, always worth thinking about, because they are not at the forefront anymore. They are holding on to not a lot of tech. And how long they managed to keep up their valuation, I do not know. Because a lot of people are moving away from Apple now. But the stock is holding up surprisingly strong for a company that doesn't really do much now. Coin. I'm finding this one very interesting. It is part of the whole crypto massive setup. Again, as usual, it's having its legal battles, but I drew this line on a while ago and we are underneath it. Not that I like technicals at all, but again, you're going to have a lot of people that are offside, bought somewhere in here, and when they get back to flat, they're going to be tempted, or they're going to see this line like I am and go, oh, I'll take that because it's hit my trend line. It's an interesting stock. And going with the Bitcoin is, whoops, let's go not with the market cap, let's go with the actual price. I really think, I've put on a load of things in here, I really think, crypto bros just hate me for it, we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. It's slowly going to just lose people's attention because we're done at 100,000. The volatility's not there. I heard someone the other day saying like the volatility of Bitcoin is like crazy high. It's not. I don't know where they're getting this from. I don't know where they get. Look at the options on Bitcoin. It is not that volatile. I lose my mind. Most of my stocks have more volatility than Bitcoin. I struggle with people because they're just not being factually correct. Anyway, I can see this just dragging out. You know, Bitcoin, just like gold, has the tendency just to go sideways. How could there be more positive news? Strategic reserve is in the price. ETF in the price. Talked about in the price. Trump talking about it in the price. There's nothing more. There's nothing else. What could be said? So for me, we're banging about here for the foreseeable, unless something happens, something unknown is announced. But for now, just this thing's just gonna sit around here. Now, one crypto asset that has been interesting. Notice how I just called it an asset. XRP. It has not sold off. See when I put that chart in versus the last one. BTC. Watch. See how Bitcoin was sold, whereas XRP has not sold off. It's shown very, very good strength. See how it's showing this strength in this market. I really think that is promising. Up to the outside. I mean, if that breaks to the lower side, you know, it is a long way down. Anyway, that made me think of gold. How are we doing? Again, our real sucky asset. Yeah, we made some highs. We've come down. You know, when the market crashes, doesn't matter what it is, it's going down. And we're hovering 268. You know, it's doing well, but it's really not a trading vehicle. It's not volatile. Don't tell me it is, because it's not. And it just creeps higher. Yes, I do have some. Yes, it is in the portfolio, but it's just not where the action is. What else to look at? Always worth looking at crude. You know what I need to do? I need to where is the crude? It's down low. This is compelling. This is a I see value right here. I like that. I like that for crude. I'll be looking at that tomorrow because that is interesting. Oof. Good job I looked. Natty gas. Gotta love the natty gas. This thing has been on an absolute tear. I mean, we were sub $2 back here, and everyone was having a kitten. And now, you know what? You know how I'm drawing these boxes. I don't know why, but my eyes are just seeing these boxes now. I mean, oh, that's a bit high there. But look at that. And then see how that range, see how that played out. Always quite interesting how these things work out. So where are we now? We're up here. It's just interesting that has found, you know, it's gone from 2 to 4. It's just interesting. And it's not talked about. Nobody's talking about it. Oh, one stock we forgot. Palantir. I know so many YouTubers. It's like a religion. And it's got, I mean, I know it's gone up like just crazy. You know, we're $10 here and it's $84. But when did you buy it? If you bought it up here, you are offside. And now, yeah, this section, yeah, I see people buying here. I think there's so much faith in Palantir that, you know, people see value. And I mean, will it stay in this box? I don't know. Will it creep back higher? You know, I'd bet it's going to stay in this box. But let's see. It's an interesting stock, and I know it has a huge following. A couple of interesting ones. I don't know what's going to happen to Intel, but I mean, around this $19. I mean, look, there must be a gazillion buyers down here. I mean, I can put on I like these boxes, they're good. There's people buying there, and ooh, it looks like people are, that's kind of one range, and then a second range. I don't know. But there's definitely buyers down here, and it's something I do own, and I'll keep buying it when it's down at those levels. Another one that's interesting, Moderna. This thing has just got annihilated. We hit highs of 437. We're trading at 35. I didn't actually know that. That is, let's just take it there, and let's take it down to there. Oh my God, it's down 92%. I mean, that oh, you can just feel like ooh, you just wanna vomit a little bit, because that is catastrophic. Okay, so just having a look. I mean, if people bought, I don't know, there's kind of a, people definitely saw that as a trading range. Maybe in there. And now I would assume that, I don't know what to say about this. It is so low. I mean, it's been lower, 2020. But that's pretty catastrophic pricing for Moderna. I mean, imagine I'm sure they do stock options for their staff. They're going to be just like puking. It doesn't bode well when things fall that much. So that's it. Oh, just one more I want to look at. Brazil. I'm just finding it really interesting. I was a definite buyer down here, and everyone laughed at me. So we've gone 22. Yeah, so up to 26. I'm still a buyer. 24 again. So people talk higher lows. So that's a higher low. If that can get above 26, I'll have more conviction in my trade. But it's definitely at the lower end. I mean, unless Brazil are going to get like whacked somehow, I don't know. But that's interesting to me. But anyway, let's finish on the SPOOs. So yeah, that's my take. I'm just seeing chop. I hope like you haven't been murdered in any particular stock with too much size. At all-time highs, I said it in my last like emergency video, I'll sort of call these. When you're all-time highs, I never think you should be all invested. I was running at 50% invested at all-time highs. I know you're missing out on like the gains, but you've got no firepower if the market sells off. And at all-time highs, what's it going to do? Or what are you going to do if it drops? That's you know, it's a trader's world. You can just buy and hold, you know, but then don't look at the market now. If you're all invested, you know, come back in 20 years. If you're a trader and you had some capital on the side, it's interesting times now. You've got that risk premium above 20 on the VIX. You can sell some options fairly confidently. Well, no, what am I even saying? You should be selling options just like they're going out of fashion in stuff that's been murdered. If you've got capital on the sidelines, when it's most uncertain, that's when you're hitting the buy button. I'm doing it like I have a certain amount I'm willing to throw back into the market each day. I have a whole kind of metric system worked out, and that is happening. Stuff that's getting murdered, I'm buying back into it. But like, I don't want to say strategically, but like chunks at a time. Because I don't, remember my whole thesis, I do not know what's going to happen. So all I can do is prepare or think about, if the market goes up, what am I going to do? If the market stays the same, what am I going to do? If the market goes down, what am I going to do? And that's where you have to have an answer to all three questions. So I hope that's been a useful insight into how I'm looking at this market. And please ask all the questions in the comments, because I don't know what you don't know. That's it.